Well, Clavicular, he's carried off to hospital.
At the B-Max. Give me a second.
And so I think it's important to educate you so that you understand the risks of taking these things.
Yeah,
I'm trying my best to lock in, but I'm a little destroyed right now.
you want nutty?
Wow.
In today's video, Clavicular, he ODs on live stream.
All right, I know you probably already seen this. This happened, I think, a few days ago. But Clavicular, however you say his name, Mr. Looks Maxing guy here in South Florida, by Miami, right? This guy walks around and mogs people. That's what the kids are calling it today when I guess they stare at people and make, like, I don't know, weird faces to show how handsome or good they think they look or whatever. It's almost like an unspoken competition of who looks better. These kids are getting really, really weird. But apparently he OD'd a few days ago, and it went viral because he's a streamer. But it's Greg Doucetti's has a very interesting
Now, you can
perspective.
only do recreational substances for so long before shit hits the fan. And so in today's video, well, Clavicular, he's carried off to hospital.
At the B-Max. Give me a second.
And so I think it's important to educate you so that you understand the risks of taking these things. And so BDO, it's butanediol. And so it's an industrial chemical used in plastics and solvents. And when you drink it, it converts rapidly to the the thing. Before we show what happened, we can see clearly he's drinking a substance out of a little shot bottle glass type thing. And it does, in fact, appear to be a lot. And so what this is going to do, it's basically the opposite of going to visit your friend Molly. She gives you a lot of energy. She makes you perk up. Of course, she's a friendly gal. She makes you feel good. But this, in comparison, it can make you very, very sleepy, tired, not able to communicate effectively. It slows your body down so much so that it can make you pass out. Literally, you fall asleep, and for the life of you, you cannot wake up. And the problem is, a lot of people are going to watch Clavicular. They're going to be underage. They're teenagers mostly watching this guy, and they're going to think this is cool. Hey, I'm an incel, an involuntary celibate, and if I copy Clavicular, perhaps I'll ascend. I will be able to talk to girls. I'll look cool, and I'll be able to get all the ladies.
What I really want to know, what is the benefit of taking this thing? So it makes you sleepy. There's probably some type of metabolic benefit because everything he does is to looks max, right? To, I don't know, some type of performance enhancement drugs, some type of steroid, some type of peptide, all the stuff the kids are doing today. But I just think it's crazy. Because he'll literally do anything. He'll do anything. I'm a millennial. Back in the days, in the 2010s, right, when I was much younger, we just went to the gym and worked out. If anything, you took creatine, you maybe took some protein powders. That was about it. There were a few guys taking steroids, performance enhancement drugs back then, and we knew who they were. When I was in college, and I was stronger than those guys, right? Maybe because I'm African. I don't know. Maybe because I've been working out since I was 14. But the thing is, this isn't necessary, people. This is crazy.
Look cool.
At this guy.
Does he look like he's able to communicate with the ladies? Girls that are worth anything, worth your time of day, are not going to appreciate a man who's so intoxicated, let's call it, that they cannot even have a decent conversation. If you're looking around, you're all over the place.
Oh my God.
And that girl still wants you, likes you, then she's probably a 304.
Probably.
And so the real baddies, the ones that you actually want in your life, they're not going to appreciate this. When you get to this level, it's too much. And so once this fully hits, you're not going to be able to talk. You're not going to be able to make sense. You're not going to be able to chat to your live streamers. You're not going to be able to meet anyone. You're not going to be able to stand up. You're not going to be able to sit up.
Holy shit. Take care. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm having a great time right now. Oh my God. Holy shit. Let me go sit somewhere. What's up, guys? Where's somewhere I can sit down for a second? Oh yeah, upstairs. Oh my god.
If he was actually that far gone, there is no talking, there is no slurring your words, there is no interactions. You're either awake or you're not. And so, if you've ever seen people at a party, at a rave, at any situation, and they've consumed too much of this, they're out, they're gone for the count. And so you can see
Facts.
causing euphoria, sedation, severe risks, including coma, respiratory depression, addiction, and death. These are not things to tread lightly with, to joke around, to promote during a live stream.
What? How fucked up are you? Dude, I'm gone.
And he's with a group of people. And so at least those people are going to get him some help.
Rescue 16 trying to respond. 20-year-old male.
Yo, so they really calling 911? Man, y'all do not be like these guys. This is like a whole new level of just ridiculous that we've reached. Anything to go viral, right? This guy is on some type of drugs right now. And you heard the side effects. Greg just went over them. I mean, he said all types of crazy things can happen. And as he even said, yo, you could go to sleep and not wake up. For what? For what? And these are the guys that the young guys today are looking up to. The incels, the 70% of guys under the age of 29 who haven't even approached or talked to a woman or had any type of romantic relationship with a woman. Man, this is I'm so glad that I'm not a teenager today. Can you imagine the amount of pressure you're looking up to Clavicular as your hero? Really?
Overdose. 900 South Miami Avenue. 900 South Miami Avenue. Rescue 16 trying to respond. 20-year-old male overdose. 900 South Miami Avenue. 2040.
And so we're hearing a dispatch called reporting an overdose, Clavicular, and then he needs some help. And so here's some footage of his security team carrying him out. They've lifted him up. For these guys, he can carry him like nothing. These men are strong. And so they're carrying him down the stairs. And so he's unable to walk. Remember, when you take this substance and you take it in an overdose, you're falling asleep, you're unconscious, you can't move for the life of you. That is when you know it isn't good. As he's being carried out, notice the back of his head. Is it like this? Or does it look like he has tension in his neck? Is he lifeless? Or does he have full control of his body? Upon carrying him down the stairs,
Looks like his neck is up, his head
they
is
then
up.
set him on his feet, and on his own accord, he enters his own vehicle. That black SUV, last I checked, is not a white ambulance. Now, some people call me racist, but just because I can recognize the difference between black and white doesn't mean that I'm racist. And so I don't think that that's an ambulance. And so if you're calling 911, it's an emergency. Bro OD'd on said substance.
Hold on, this is the first time I'm watching this. Is he assuming that Clavicular faked this? Is that what he's alluding to? Because if that's the case, I am telling you, they will do anything to get views. If Clavicular faked an overdose, including calling 911, if I'm not mistaken, that's got to be some type of federal offense. It's got to be illegal. Don't do this. They will do anything today to go viral. I'm not saying that's what he did, but it could be. It could be. Oh my gosh, man.
Would they not do that when he's unconscious? Do people really call 911? We got bro here. He took a little bit too much and he's tired. You know, he's slurring his speech a little bit. Last I checked, you're not going to call 911 for a non-emergency.
Fucking destroyed her. Alright, have a good rest of your day. Take care.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. Holy fuck. Oh my god.
You're Brazilian, bro. That was all you.
Yeah,
bro. That was
dude.
all you Brazilian.
Who?
That was 10 out of 10. Stacy, Brazilian.
Okay.
You should get her number.
I need
You should
water?
get her number.
Probably.
Get her number. Get her number. Get her number. Hold him down. Get her number.
Holy fuck.
I 100% believe that he's pretending. I believe this is fake. This is staged because where's the ambulance?
Oh, Greg is saying that it's fake. He's saying it's fake. Now, again, Remember, Clavicular is the one that tapped his bone cheeks and broke the bones in his face to reconstruct his face to have this this look. Now, there is a before and after of how this kid actually looked. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up how he looked before, and he did so many things to change his look. I wouldn't be surprised if he had hair implants, and he was what, 20? Changed his face, right? Took crazy steroids from the time he was 14 years old. This is how he got famous, right? He did so many things that were out of the norm that essentially put him out there in front of everybody because he was like the extreme kid who changed his entire look from the time he was, I think his parents were like professional bodybuilders as well, which is unique. But check out this before and after. So this is what he looked like. This is the before and after pic. Okay. Before and after of Clavicular, which is just crazy to me. That's a completely different person. All right. That's a completely different person. Look at this picture. Look at that nose. Look at his face. There's like no type of definition in his face. It's kind of just oval. Then he turns himself into like Superman. Look at the jawline now. Look at his nose. It's almost like he got a nose job. He got his cheeks done. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he has hair implants. That might be a wig. Now, you ask yourself, is this a kid that would fake? Exactly. So you see it. So that is him. And he did so many things in order to completely change his look. And remember, he's only, I think, 20. It's not like he's in his late 20s. It's not even like he's 25. This kid, if I'm not mistaken, he was just 19 the other day. So he might still be 19, or maybe he's 20 now. So he's still really young. I say that to say this is the type of person that probably would fake something like this. And he's paying all those guys, his entourage, his security guards. So of course he would pay them to play along. Because guess what? This went viral. All of fitness YouTube, all of the streamer world, and many people in the YouTube space that are creating content specifically around like creating content specifically around streamers. You know what I'm saying? Like these type of streamers, like people like Sneeko, like Clavicular, all these type of guys. They would do stuff like this. And specifically, he would do something like this. I'm telling you.
And so I don't think that that's an ambulance. And so if you're calling 911, it's an emergency. Bro OD'd on said substance. Would they not do that when he's unconscious? Do people really call 911? We got bro here. He took a little bit too much and he's tired. You know, he's slurring his speech a little bit. Last I checked, you're not going to call 911 for a non-emergency.
Fucking destroyed right now. All right, have a good rest of your day. Take care.
Oh, thank you.
Holy fuck. Oh my god.
She's Brazilian, bro. That was all you.
Yeah,
bro. That was
dude.
all you Brazilian.
Who?
That was 10 out of 10. Stacy, Brazilian.
Okay.
She get her number.
I need water? Probably.
Get her number. Get her number. Get her number. Hold it down. Get her number.
Holy fuck.
I 100% believe that he's pretending. I believe this is fake, this is staged, because where's the ambulance? Where are the police? This is in fact illegal. You can't call 911. You cannot call the police and pretend to OD on a substance. That uses up taxpayer dollars paying for these ambulances, these police officers to respond. Honestly, the way he would lock in for pictures with fans, even while completely gone, is hilarious and impressive. And my opinion proves that it's staged. Kids in 2026, let's commit crime and stream it to the internet. It's a job. Guy asked him if he wants an Addy on camera is so wild. If that's not a felony, it's leading to one. And so perhaps you have no experience with said substances. Remember, I'm 50. I've seen it all. There's no way that he could walk on his own accord if he was actually OD'd to this point. Physically impossible. It makes no sense. And remember, every minute that goes by, it's going to get a little bit worse. And so if you see bro going unconscious,
Yeah, I'm pretty much convinced that this is staged as well. Simply the fact that he fits the type of person that would do something like this. Not to mention the streamers that keep coming out. You got to keep topping the next person and topping the next person. Plus, he's in Miami, so you have to keep doing crazier things. And this worked. Like I said, the entire young YouTube world, anybody in their 20s that does content, specifically like in the South, here in Miami, there's some of the biggest YouTube creators and streamers on Kick. They were all talking about this in the last few days. It worked. Man.
Trying to wake him up. At that point, you're thinking, do we need to call an ambulance? How serious is this? Do we call 911? Do you know how many times I've been to a party where something like this has occurred, or we've seen it, or I've had to take care of people like this, where they by accident drink the bottle of Gatorade that contains said substance. I thought it was Gatorade. I'm like, how much did you drink? A gulpful? Oh my goodness. And you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, we got to get ready. Perhaps we're going to call 911, but you're waiting it out. If you're awake, chances are you're not calling 911. And if you fall asleep, well, depending on how many minutes after this happened, you're going to continue to get even worse. And so if he's literally walking, if they carried him out down the stairs to the vehicle and then he gets up on his own, I fully believe this was staged because...
Yeah, that's a little strange. I just realized that. So they carried him out, but then he walks back up. I mean, back in my younger days, I remember even getting lit, like, getting drunk here and there. Well, let's say I remember, well, again, you can barely remember, but from what I remember, I couldn't even do that, right? You get to a certain point where you start stumbling. It gets worse and worse and worse until you're out, and then it starts to get better. The only way to kind of catch it is if you start to drink water early on, like cold water, and it'll kind of bring you back. But he's on a completely different substance. I don't know how it reacts. I've never done stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I know Greg knows what he's talking about. Plus, you add that to the streamers willing to do anything for clicks, likes, and attention. You have crazy stunts like this. And remember, this is live. So this was going on live. He had a bunch of people watching live. Can you imagine the comments, the super chats, the people sending in money, the people sharing the stream? There's a reason he's one of the #1 streamers. Now, I still think it's not worth it. I think it's silly. I think it's crazy. I think, I would advise not doing this because you can get yourself in a lot of legal trouble. Young people out there, you really can. It's not worth it. It lacks integrity just simply because you're being a certain type of influence to young guys that are impressionable looking up to you, man. I mean, I get it. Have fun. Go out there, talk to girls, do your thing, have a good time. But pretending to OD on a substance, come on, bro. That's wild.
Anyone that sees somebody in that kind of state, there's no way they're walking. You have difficulty carrying them off the floor. They are dead weight. It's kind of like a firefighter going into a burning building and they're unconscious. They're not walking with you. They're dead weight. You're putting them on your shoulder. You're carrying them out like a baby. I didn't see this, and so I don't believe it. Now, if he's wasting taxpayer money, calling 911, calling the police, staging this, he belongs in jail. Clavicular's recent live stream came to a sudden and alarming end, and TMZ has learned it may be far more serious behind the scenes. The streamer abruptly cut off after viewers noticed something was off, sparking concern among fans in real time. And so what I believe is that this is staged, it's make-believe, and it causes drama. People are wondering, the stream was cut off? What did he do?
Oh, what the fuck? Clav suffers suspected overdose. Nah.
Oh yeah, Neon. Another one of the big
prayer in
time
the chat for
streamers.
Clav, bro.
See what I'm saying? They're all sharing it, watching it.
People start talking about him, and it makes him more popular.
They're saying, is Clav conscious? Yes, he's conscious. He's good now. He'll be fine by tomorrow.
In 2026, it's the year of the degenerate. Social media has taken a severe plummet. It's horrendous. People are on purpose trend maxing, taking steroids at earlier ages, doing stupid shit such as this because people want to watch the crash outs. They want to watch people doing the opposite of what they should be. Perhaps they're living vicariously in another person's life without having to go and suffer all the damages. And so I believe that Clavicular knows about this. He knows that the more stupid shit he does, technically, the better. Now, if he can sleep at night and he can, in fact, deal with all of these negativities in order to make a few $100,000 a month, then, well, he's the one that has to do it. But if he's actually consuming these drugs, if he's consuming them in excess, what do you think is going to happen? All the money in the world is not going to be worth it when he's laying there in a coma. And so rather than be...
And that's the thing with so many of these guys. I mean, I really like Greg Doucetti's channel simply because he also exposes a lot of fake natties and all of these fake fitness influencers that talk about, oh, I'm natty, I'm natty, I'm natty. Yeah, right. They gain like 70 pounds of muscle in 18 months. Like, knock it off. This is another version of that, but it's actually worse, right? Because at least the fitness influencers aren't selling like this type of fame that comes along with these crazy stunts and acts. You know, they're just grifters. But this is grifting on a whole nother level. And that's the thing. There's no amount of performance enhancement drug that is worth your health long term, fellas, ladies, everybody. You know, I've never done it in my life. I can still bench 315. I'm, you know, millennial, well into the millennials, right? As far as my age range. Still do all that stuff. Still could squat, 4 plates each side. Still can bench press 3 plates each side. That's 315. Still really strong. Never took a performance enhancement drug a day in my life, right? About 12% body fat. I'm telling you, you don't have to do any of that. No money in the world is worth your health. Like, none. I don't care what anybody says. Not all the money in the world. And see, Clavicular is going to find this about when he hits probably the late 20s. He's going to see.
Maxing, guys. I'd much rather see you T-maxing. The Turk Builder Max or Turk Platinum. Do you really need to go and do these substances out on a Tuesday night of all times, walking down the street? It's Tuesday night, guys. I mean, it's bad enough it's a Friday and a Saturday night, and perhaps you're doing so with your friends in smaller amounts responsibly. I'm not telling you what to do or not do, but on a Tuesday night, ODing on stream and essentially promoting this to the world, you know how many people are going to be looking this shit up, being like, oh, I want to do what Clavicular's doing. He's ascending. It's cool. I want to be bad as well. It's not helping. It happened, it's bad. And so it's a bad no matter what. Subscribe, click the bell button.
So that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's just bad all around, man. At most, I would say, if anything, TRT, maybe when you get past the age of 50. And even then, there are a lot of older guys and women that are very healthy and have a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle that don't take anything. Maybe multivitamins, creatine, protein powders, organic, of course. TRT at most, and even that is going to be manageable doses after the age of 50. But this stuff is crazy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man.